Yo, what is going on, guys? It's me, Ethan, back with another video, but we got something a little bit different. I'm here with one of my good friends, Mason Nobles,
What's up, guys?
and I was just a little bit curious on kind of like how this whole day trading stuff works, and I kind of want to learn a little bit, so I thought, hey, what this person, this good friend of mine, knows a whole bunch about day trading. So thought about interviewing him for it. And yeah, maybe you guys can learn something too. So, Mason, as someone who really doesn't know a whole lot about day trading, what the heck would you even say day trading is? I mean, because I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit confused. But I know I'm busy with other stuff and stuff like that, so I haven't really got the time to sit down. But I'm willing to listen to you. So, like, in your words, how would you describe it?
So, yeah, day trading is basically kind of getting like kind of feeding off of the leading companies in the U.S. and, you know, their profits in their businesses, right? So it's basically, you know, us as just, you know, regular citizens, we get the opportunity to kind of get a little bit of that success that they have in their business. So we're like, we can buy contracts, we can buy shares of, you know, these companies that make a lot of money, and we can capitalize off that as just, you know, us regular citizens.
Yeah. So, like, would you say, like, with these big companies and stuff, we're like kind of an outsider of it that's connected to the insider?
Right. Because I feel like a lot of us, you know, we watch on the outskirts of it, and we see like a lot of these successful people start businesses, and they soar, and you know, like if we talk about like the S&P 500, that's our, you know, as the US, that's our leading companies, 500 of our leading companies.
Okay.
And we have the opportunity to basically, you know, buy a part of that company, and we can get successful off those people running those companies.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's kind of like been like the gist I've been like seeing and stuff. And especially with like, because I feel like nowadays what's been like kind of popping up here and there, especially kind of like on my feed recently, is like people, like you said, with like these big organizations and kind of like us being the outsider to the insider. It seems like there's been like people out there that will try to persuade others to go towards this direction and just like follow that because like something's a trend of that nature. Now, like, would you clarify those people kind of as like, are they typically telling the truth, or like are they just trying to like misdirect or anything? Like, and I can explain more if you're a little confused on that. So like, for instance, like if a video pops up of somebody saying like, oh, buy into this now, like high demand, blah, blah, blah. Like, what's like the likelihood they're actually like trying to get these people on this wave, this trend and stuff?
So you have two outcomes in this.
Okay.
You have one outcome where this person that's telling you to buy something is really about to just rug pull your ass, and that when you're dealing with like stocks or indices, like that's not how it works, because you can't, you know what I'm saying, unless if this person is literally part of like a hedge fund or has like trillions of dollars in the market. You know what I'm saying? You can't really rug pull, but like when it gets into like meme coins and stuff like that, they can persuade people to buy a certain thing, and then they can just rip everything.
Okay, so it's like like you said, rug pull. Would you also clarify that like a pump and dump?
Right. Like it would be a pump and dump, yeah. But that's typically for like the person who's genuinely trying to learn a skill and move up the ranks in their high value skill of learning how to trade.
Mm-hmm.
A person wouldn't fall for that.
Okay.
But the only way that stuff happens, because like let's say you're trading the S&P or the NASDAQ or even gold, all this stuff, you can't just like tell people to do it and then that person will capitalize off of that. Like I can't be like I can't open up a course or whatever, or I can't have a Discord full of people that are where I can persuade them to do something to capitalize off of them just being dumbasses. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you can't do that in like these big stock trading areas. You can't. Now when it comes to meme coins and it comes to, people buy the hype, sell, the actual news type thing.
Talk to a coin.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like what I'm trying to do, mm-hmm. or what a lot of people who are actually genuinely take it serious, it's going to be, you're not going to fall in that category of the meme coins and the bullshit, because that's where people get scammed. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I just joined a mentorship and this guy's telling me, to buy and sell. If he's selling or telling you to buy NASDAQ, genuinely, I mean, he has nothing to he doesn't gain anything off of this. This is probably his general idea of what a good trade is, depending on his strategy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Because it seems like that's pretty much kind of as an outsider of the outsider. That's what it kind of seems like, is like everyone's just getting scammed and stuff. But like, I mean, you've told me, personally off camera and stuff, like your success and like, yeah. Oh, I believe it and stuff, just like based off of some of the stuff you say. And like, I'm in for it. I'm supporting you all this way, but I want to know like the start of it. How did you find out about day trading and like what motivated you to start?
So my original video that I seen mm-hmm. of somebody day trading was Aval, or I think his name is Benny or Benji, something like that. Aval trading. And he originally got kicked out of his class for day trading, and the teacher didn't,
like he was trading in class.
Yeah, he was day trading. He would always post videos about him day trading in class, and one day the teacher didn't like whatever, mm-hmm. and basically gave him an ultimatum, like, you close your laptop or you get out of my class.
Damn.
And guess what he did? He got the fuck out of that class.
Oh my
and you know what the fuck happened to me when I saw that? I said, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, Nick. Because, excuse me, but it inspired me so much, just for the simple fact that I really like people who don't give a fuck. If that's whatever they're doing, they're cool in that avenue, or like nothing can stop them type shit. And, it's like, fuck everybody else. Yeah. I like that shit. And that was the first person I saw. And I just remember watching numbers go up so fast. And yes, it could have been fake at that time or whatever. I have my own personal thoughts on Aval. I think he's he's like one of the last people in the day trading space that actually proves that shit. So I trust him 100%. Mm-hmm. But what actually got me invested is TJR. And anybody who doesn't say it isn't TJR, come on, bro. Like, for real. We have TJR. He hits the algorithm. You see trading. You see this and this and that. That's the reason why most people a year or 2 years ago got into the shit. he produced a lot of free content, and with free content, obviously it's going to attract, you know what I'm saying, people who actually. But I initially got inspired from Aval because I was like, fuck, this kid's literally younger than me, and you know, he's in class making all this money, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So that's what sparked my interest, but really got me deep diving into it is TJR.
For sure, yeah, no, because he's like, I mean, like, even when he's not like day trading and stuff, I'll still see his content. Like, he's definitely got his own method for sure. And I mean, how long would you say he's been in the game?
TJR?
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like me personally, I've really only heard his name pop up probably a few months ago, but like that's just because, like, you know, I'm not really too big into like the whole day trading scene, and I don't know how long he's been in it and stuff like that. Yeah, so like,
well, I think he says he's been in this for, oh man, I want to say like 5 years or 6 years.
Okay.
You know, it's his story, it's his shit, how long he knows he's been doing it. But if I can remember, I think it's like 5 years.
Yeah, and I mean, he's still pretty young, right?
Yeah, I think he's what, like 23 or 24 or some shit.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, because I think I did see that he used to have pretty long hair, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He had long hair, cause like so what he did was provide. So his whole thing is around ICT concepts. So ICT concept, ICT is a person.
Okay.
That's his name. So people based off of the things that he preached is his concepts or confluences, right?
Okay.
So TGR trades off of ICT concepts, but he also has enough market experience for him to start to kind of veer off and create his own. And it's controversial whether that works or not. I've studied it. I've done it over and over again for over a year now. And I can say that, yes, it works, but you need a lot of other things to play. You know what I'm saying? You can't just play around with just one concept. So ICT is a person, but ICT has found patterns into the market and how it moves. And he preaches it. He preaches that it works. You know, certain levels should get hit and get respected. You know what I'm saying? And you can basically use a lot of ICT's concepts to predict where the market's going to go.
Dang.
Yeah.
And you said ICT is a person. How long has he been in the game? Or
I'm not really sure. I mean, he's probably like in his like 40s.
So he's like someone that people like, kind of like a founding father. Not necessarily, but like of this concept. Well, I mean, it's his concept. So yeah, he would be a founding father.
Right. No, yeah. And the way that people kind of treat the way ICT concepts are is it's not a strategy, but it's a language of how the market moves the way it does.
Okay.
If that kind of makes sense. So it's not a guarantee, and that's what a lot of people get misunderstood is it's ICT concepts are concepts. They're not a guaranteed win. And I think that's what a lot of people get misunderstood with ICT and why it gets questioned so much. It's not a strategy. But it's a language. It's a movement. It's the way that the market moves, the way that the market respects certain levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of those things that you kind of have to be in a state of mind where you can believe it enough to make it work, because it's not a guaranteed win. There's nothing guaranteed in the market. When you enter the market, it's probability. That's it.
Yeah.
and he's developed kind of like a language of how the market moves to kind of get retail traders to understand how to maneuver through the markets.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Now, let's go back to you. You've been day trading for a decent bit now. And we've heard about your motivations. Now, what exactly like helps you stay consistent? Like, and do you ever lack any type of like drive or anything to or motive to like continue on with this ever?
Uh, yeah, like, so right now, today is Wednesday night or early Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I am right now on a losing streak. Not of a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I manage risk right now with like the war and stuff like that. I manage risk, and I've gotten to the point where I'm back at that kind of like state of mind of like, you know, what if it doesn't work out? Or like, does this thing that I took so long to believe, like, what if this, like, you know, what if it's wrong? And even with all like the TGR stuff, because if I learned off of TGR and now I'm hearing, oh, he's a scammer, this and this and that, but I spent, you know, like a whole year. So your question, right? You asked me like how long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it took me a year and I want to say like 4 months or a year or something like that for me to actually genuinely be profitable
Okay.
for 2 months straight. And that this is where I'm at right now. So this is, it's a constant growing battle, you know, kind of like fighting your own brain. I have doubted myself. There's probably been 2 other times I've doubted myself in an entire year. For real. Like, it's been 2 times that I've doubted myself, and now I'm coming around that third. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm kind of like, fuck. And I think it's because I'm off of a winning streak. Like, I went, I think 2 weeks and some days winning.
Okay.
And so when I get presented, like, you know, when I try to take that same trade that I've been taking for 2 weeks, the same setup, the same confluences, yeah, it varies here and there. You know, I might take, you know, I might leave out one confluence and not wait for it to hit. But if I get, you know, at least 2, I'm finna enter.
Yeah.
And I've seen it fail now. And the past 4 days have been pretty hard because, you know, I'm in the market and the shit that made sense is starting not to make sense. Like shit that was working for me is not working no more. And so it's got me kind of like sitting there, yeah, for real. Like, I sit there and I'd be like, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, like, did I have it right? Did I get too cocky? I don't know. And that's the thing that you have to kind of get over is like, you don't know. You don't know what the fuck the market's going to do. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, it's about belief and believing in your system because you practice it so much.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's definitely like that high risk, high reward type deal, of. But I mean, based off of like the concept of, correct me if I'm wrong, it's ITP or ISP?
ICT.
ICT. My bad. But now, like, would you have any tips for someone who's like new to this?
Like trying to get into it?
Yeah. And like, you mentor somebody, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
But okay, so if you were to mentor somebody, like, what would you start them off with? Like, or like, how would you start them off?
So one thing that I did, and I talked to a friend about this, and I felt like it was right. But I told them that I was going to jump the gun on things to try to reinforce my like psychological like the psychological fight that you go through trading, right?
Mm-hmm.
You enter a trade and everybody says like, trading is like 90% psychology, 10% actual strategy, and that's true. So I try to jump the gun on, okay, well, if 90% is psychology, I want to put myself in a position to learn as quick as possible, not, to get that down before I get the strategy down. And that's wrong, because it's going to set you up, right? Because if you don't practice the strategy before your psychology, you're basically practicing, okay, so how can I stay calm in a trade? How can I be, disciplined? How can I not touch my mouse after I enter, right? But you don't fully believe in the actual process of being, in that probable stage of, it's all about odds. You're not putting, you don't fully trust the odds that you're putting yourself in. You get what I'm saying? So you're basically saying, oh, I got the psychology down. So what did I do? Okay, let's pause for a second. What did I do wrong that I would tell somebody not to do? I would say, do not buy a funded account if you fully don't trust your strategy. If you fully haven't exercised it over and over and over and over again. Because when you get in the funded stage, you are going to gamble. Okay, so you think you have the strategy. The strategy is the first step. Okay, let's say if you master your psychology. If you master your psychology, you didn't master your psychology. You did not. Because if you get in a trade and you don't even know your strategy, you're going to be second guessing your strategy. That's not what mastering your psychology is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're just going to be sitting in front of the trade and you're going to be like, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't know how the market moves. You don't know what respects what. You don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you think that you have your psychology down when you really don't. You never have your psychology down because you don't fully trust your system. Because if you don't trust your system, your psychology will crumble. As much as you want to walk into the market and think that you have that shit, hell no, you don't got that shit. Because you don't actually fully believe. Like, it's a belief. It's like religion almost, kind of, for real. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a 50-50 chance that you take that trade. You take the trade, but you don't fully believe in your strategy that level isn't going to hold. You're going to either close out early, or you might get in some profit after being in some, drawdown, negative 200, and now, you know what I'm saying, you get up positive 200, and then you take that. That's not believing in your strategy, because your take profit is still fucking 30 points up.
Yeah.
And your trade didn't get invalidated, but you're nervous because you don't trust it. You don't trust your strategy. So what I would tell somebody is, I would be like, you're not hopping on a funded account. Okay? You're literally going to paper trade. You're going to paper trade for I don't care, until you fucking believe it. You know what I'm saying? Until you know what I'm saying. Maybe okay, you believe it. You tell me you believe it. And if I was mentoring, somebody, I'd be like, yo, okay, you feel confident enough? Let's hop you on a funded account. If you don't keep that same shit that you had in paper trading in funded account, then go back to fucking paper trading until you believe that shit. Because it's just, there's nothing else to be said. You're just cooked.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, plus, like, if you don't have that vision and, like, that confidence and stuff, I mean, you're just blowing money. You're blowing money, and then like, because I mean, how much would a funded account like run you and stuff like a basic funded account?
So like a basic funded account. So right now I have a 50K qualified account. So let's say you don't pass the evaluation. So like the funded accounts in prop firms, right? It's a prop firm that you're trading through. It's simulated. It is not real. So anybody that tells you that it's real, it's not real money. You don't get a $50,000 account. You just don't. You have the possibility to getting there, but you don't have $50,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have the account because then you could just fucking withdraw the account. You don't have the account. It's simulated. Everything is simulated. The money that you're taking is other traders through the prop firm. The traders that aren't profitable, they're paying, $50 per reset. So I trade with Alpha Futures. So they have, if I'm trading a 50K funded, I pay around like $90 a month for the funded. And that never leaves. So you have to pay $90 a month. And let's say you do make it past the eval stage, the evaluation stage. Now you have to pay. So that means you successfully follow their rules, their consistency rules, their drawdown rules, and you made $3,000 profit. Cool. Now you have the account. They send you an email, and then you have to pay a $150 activation fee. So what are you in now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It took you, 6 months to pass this eval, or you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it took you 1 month, but you took 6 months of failing, resetting, failing. That's money built up. That gets poured in the prop firm. You're basically taking the unprofitable trader's money from the prop firm. How does the prop firm make money? By taking a cut of your pullout, right? So if I sit there and I request $500 and I'm in my beginning stages of getting payouts, it's going to be a 30-70 split. Okay, so they're going to get 30, they're going to get 150, I'm going to get 350. So that's what you're basically doing. You're pulling, you're taking money from those people who have failed, basically, and then Alpha Futures actually gets a cut of that. But you pay basically $90, and then you pay $150. That's damn near $250. So how you make that money back is actually making like a $500 pay, and that's if you didn't fail previous months too. You're still going to be unprofitable. So
yeah. Well, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick little break. Yes, we will be right back. We are back from our break. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we got it resolved, and we're going to finish strong. All right, so I think we ended on a pretty good topic. Let's dive into another one. How long did it take you to get your funded account or your approval? And you mentioned you got like affiliate plaque too.
yes, sir.
Like how long? What was the process of that, and like how long did it take?
So my entire journey for it took about I want to say a year and 4 months to actually pass an eval. And that's from literally learning everything from scratch. So I feel like that's an accomplishment.
Oh yeah.
It seems like a long time, but it's really a short time. And yeah, so it took me about a year and a couple months to pass an eval. And then actually when I got a qualified account off of that pass, I got a payout as well.
Mm.
So yeah, that kind of put me in a percentage of like alpha traders, a really good percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about like around like 7% people only get that,
Dang, yeah,
get to that stage.
for
So
real. And that's
yeah.
yeah, that's a pretty small margin and percentage right there. Now,
Uh-huh.
like for someone who doesn't know, I mean, I said multiple times, I don't really know much, but are there like certain times of the day or times of the year where it's safer or more beneficial to trade? Like,
Yeah, so a lot that plays into like obviously like world events, like wars, like what we're going through right now.
mm-hmm.
A lot of traders need to stay conservative with their capital, you know. And if you're on a live account, you really got to watch what you're doing. But if you're funded trading, obviously you're working towards to build a funded account
Yeah.
or sorry, a live account,
Okay, yeah.
you know, stacking up those wins, saving it to put into a live account right now. But like also, news on the daily happens as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have like different news events like CPI, FOMC, stuff like that, like things that really matter, or like unemployment rates,
Mm.
these all this data gets collected month after month, and then our leaders here make a decision on like the Fed, if they want to cut interest rates based on unemployment rate or inflation rate or whatever. They kind of have a lot of say in that. And then like me as a retail trader, a lot of other people, you kind of have to adapt to that. So yeah, it does really play a role into just like world events going on
Okay.
how conservative we trade.
Now, like, do you think day trading or trading in general will? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Uh, where do you think like day trading or trading in general is headed in the future? Like, and this could be off of like some of like the circumstances that's going on in the world and stuff, or just like things
uh,
that just like affect it. Kind of just going off of that last question I asked you.
so I think that where day trading is leading right now is, I think right now it is mainstream as fuck.
Okay.
Okay. And when I joined or tried to learn this skill, yes, it was mainstream, but it wasn't to the extent that it is now. So I think right now where we're at, it's gonna bring a like a bunch of people to the light of like what this learning this skill could offer you and give you. But with that big gathering of people,
Mm-hmm.
I think like 90% are gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's a good thing.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I think it's a good thing because it's coming so to the light and so mainstream, and everybody's seeing it and think that they can do it. So it's gonna gather a whole bunch of people, and then since it's reaching like a crazy amount of people, we're gonna get to a point where like 90% of those people fail or are going to fall. But the people that, what I'm saying, didn't even think that this was, their avenue of life, where
Mm-hmm.
they could possibly go. But they got exposed to it, whether it was social media, what I'm saying, or a friend telling them. And now it's getting exposed to them. I think that there's a certain amount of people that will grow and outwork a lot of those people, but they would have never known that oh, this sparked something in my life, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it gathers a whole bunch of people and it's a great thing, but we got to remember that a lot of people aren't built for it.
For sure. Yeah. Okay. Now say like for that percentage of like the group and like the attraction that's been getting day trading's been getting and stuff.
Yeah.
What's like the likelihood and the possibility of someone having day trade as their like full-time job and like making like a living wage off of it?
The possibility?
Yeah,
Low.
pretty low.
Oh yeah.
Like
Low as hell.
like you mentioned 7%. You got
That
into like that 7%
that
with the
reach a
funding
payout, yeah.
for that reach a payout. Now like, are we talking like a lower percentage of that for people that actually like make a living off of this?
Well you gotta think the people in the 7% are the ones that make a living off of it.
Mm,
You know what
that
I'm
is
saying?
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because those are the people that reach payouts. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if you can reach that at least once, you can reach it 100 times again. And that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I have so much confidence in myself. It's not cockiness. It's just that I went through trial and error for a year,
Mm-hmm.
365 days over and over and more.
Okay.
And I reached a level that a lot of people don't get to. So, yeah, I might be in a bad headspace right now, but
You're still disciplined to.
I know at the end of the day, like, I did it once, I can do it again.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. I'm in the beginning stage, and I'm not claiming, like, you know what I'm saying, like I've reached where I want to be, but yeah, I've hit a point where I needed to hit that point to prove to myself
Mhm.
that it is possible. I needed to pass an eval, which I did. What did I next need to do? I need to fucking get a payout, and I gotta see it in my bank account, and I got a payout, not knowing if it's gonna hit my bank account. That first payout, like I set up my wire through Alpha Futures, my whole banking account, yada yada, and I said, bro, I don't believe this shit until it's in. Yeah, I just passed my eval, but I don't believe this shit until I actually see that money in my account.
Mm.
And then I remember it was a Friday, and I woke up, and I placed my my withdrawal that previous night, so it would have been Thursday, and yeah, and I waited, and I got it, and I was like, holy fuck, this shit's real. I got deposited my payout that I requested exactly,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, damn, that's what I needed.
So like that, what was going through your head, like, or what was that
Bro.
feeling? That first feeling when you saw that payout.
Bro, I was so happy, bro, because you gotta think though, like an entire year of failing and trying and making the same mistakes, even though deep down you know like what you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then you actually like stick to it,
It's a
and
good
then
feeling.
you see it. Like I needed to see it. Like at first it was like I need to pass this eval just to keep going,
Mhm.
just to know that I'm capable of it, and then I did that, and then I ended up getting a payout, and I don't want to sound cocky or nothing like that, because it's not like that
Mhm.
at all. At all. It will never be like that. But when you have that self-doubt and you push that shit out your, you know what I'm saying? You push that shit out your brain,
Yeah.
and then you hit that shit that you wanted so bad, you can't help but be like, bro, this shit's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's possible for anybody. For real. It's really possible for anybody to do it, but you just got to have that passion to actually do it. Because I don't think like at the end of the day, yes, we all want to make money. But at the end of the day, I think about my grandparents. They're not going to be here for that long. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And my dog, you know, I can't give her the life that she wants. She's a puppy, you know, she's still young. She wants to go run, but I got to go to work. And I got to go make money. And my personal situation, living situation with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like those are the things that genuinely matter. The money don't matter. Yes, there's a correlation, because money will bring me the freedom to do what I want to do with those people that I love, but that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm sitting in there, I'm not worried about the actual money being printed. I'm actually worried about the system that I'm trying to follow that I know that will make me the money.
Yeah.
To get me to that point where, yeah, I can go back to part-time for that time being. Yeah, the end goal is to quit the fucking job and say, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's step by step. It's little steps. So, yeah.
Little steps to get you great futures, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, no. I mean, I think what you said there was pretty deep. I mean, do you think other people also like have that same mindset as you? Or who's like in the game and stuff like this?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have the same mindset, but they don't ever stick to it.
Okay.
Because I think it's just based off of motivation.
For real, yeah. And do you think they still have like, I guess that's kind of hard to say because everybody has their own values, like personal values and stuff. But okay. Now
But like you could say that for anybody. Like I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, most motherfuckers don't have what it takes. Everybody has what it takes. It's just based on your life, your general life, like the shit that you went through as a kid. Did you deal with, mom struggling to put food on the table? Did you deal with, she couldn't pay the bills? Did you deal with other shit? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just what shapes you into why you do it. The vision that you could have the same story as, LeBron James, but the fact that you find interest in a different thing, you're going to do it just as hard as LeBron James did, but in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's art, you like creating art, you're going to have that same hunger that he has. You know what I'm saying? You could have the same, story as a person, but you won't have the same story at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People will get that day trading shit and they, what I'm saying? They want it so bad. That's what they see themselves doing. Some other people see themselves doing art, see themselves making music, but as long as you have that same hunger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're the same person. You're driven by the same shit. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So what do you think about day trading compared to like different types of other trading? And like why do you think it's better?
So I mean, the main thing that I compare like day trading, right? Day trading is like in the market, in and out, less than 2 hours. I compare it to like swing trading.
Okay.
Swing trading is like over a week. I mean, people swing trade for a month, you know what I'm saying? But for me personally, how I know who I am is like when I'm in like trades that go against me, I get very emotional. So I know that swing trading isn't for me. So I think that for me, at least, that's the positive in sticking to day trading, because I'm in and out, whether I win or lose. That's it for the day.
Nice. Yeah. Why are you so opposed to night trading?
Night trading? I'm opposed to night trading because I work a fucking full-time job, and you know what I'm saying, I use most of my brain power in the morning for trading, and then I go to fucking work and I'm just sick of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, for real.
yeah.
So is it possible, how do you get a pizza?
What?
Are you the type
What,
of
bro?
person to buy a helmet on a full buy round?
I'm not gonna lie. I buy full armor and helmet, nigga,
Every time?
every fucking time.
And what side is this that you're doing this? CT or T?
Both, nigga. The fuck?
I'm going to ask one more question and we'll probably wrap it up.
Alright.
How much do you bench?
Fuck.
Yo, so what's like the best fast food?
Okay, can we get on a serious topic?
Yeah. All right.
Hold on. Let's get on a serious topic.
All right.
When you go to Chick-fil-A, do you get a grilled sandwich or a crispy sandwich?
Bro, I always get that fried.
Oh, it's fried.
Fuck grilled. I'm gonna be
Okay, you
honest,
like
fuck
fries
grilled.
or mac and cheese?
Fries?
I gotta go with the mac and cheese, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Go with the mac and cheese.
See, that's just more work, because you got the fork, you got the lid, you gotta take off the lid, you gotta use the fork to eat it. Although it's a good outcome, you can just put the hand in the bag, pull out the fry. And just like that is a wrap on the podcast, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for just making it through this whole thing. This was fun while it lasted. Thank you, Mason, of course. Thank you so much for coming out here.
Of course, bro. Type shit.
I feel like I definitely did learn a lot from just sitting here and talking to you. So, we're going to talk more off camera. Yeah.
On God, bro.
Okay.
He's
Hey.
my brother for life.
Yes, sir. Locked in. Hey, you guys have a good night, good day, whatever time you're watching this. We're out of here. I'll see you in the next one.
Blah.